you and I both got it right. We did pick the Dallas Cowboys. Neither one of us was a believer in the New York Giants. Look, Brian Daboll's done a fine job. He's got spirits high. It's been a long time since the Giants have even looked decent. And so he's doing a good job, but they still are devoid of a lot of talent. And Dallas beats them 23-16 in New York. Should have been 30-16. Devontae Adams drops. I was upset about that one, Rob. Just dropped the pass. I mean, it couldn't have been any easier to catch. And but he did come back and redeem himself with that great one-handed touchdown catch in the left corner. So he redeemed himself on that. But CD, stop dropping the football. But here's what I want to ask you, Rob. Come on. He dropped another one, too, earlier in the game. But anyway, Rob, the Dallas Cowboys now 2-1 with Cooper Rush leading the way since he's filled in for Dak Prescott. And we don't have to entertain the foolishness that Jerry Jones threw out there about, maybe there will be a quarterback controversy. But here's what I'll say, Rob. I believe that Cooper Rush, because he is a limited quarterback, right? And he wouldn't be backup if he wasn't limited. But because of his skill set, the Dallas Cowboys have been forced to play the way they should be playing, which is our defense is legit. Our offense is run first. And we got thunder and lightning. Okay, Zeke isn't what he used to be, but guess what? Zeke and Tony Pollard are what Zeke used to be, or they could be, and they certainly were last night, going for almost 180 yards combined on 28 carries. And then they asked Cooper Rush to be smart, to be efficient, to don't kill us with bad mistakes, and make a play here and there. And he's done that. And Rob, I believe that is how the Dallas Cowboys need to play when Dak gets back. Forget all this, the last couple years, Rob, they got it in their head. And I like Dak, but I've always said, Rob, game manager with playmaking abilities. Game manager, but he'll shock you here and there. He'll make a play with his legs. He'll make a play with his arm. So he's not just your typical game manager, Trent Dilfer, that type. He can make some plays more than that. But he's not Aaron Rodgers. Where'd they get in their mind that he's Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen? He's not that. And so when he comes back, they need to play the same way and they can keep winning.
Good luck. Good luck with that, turning the clock back, because that horse is out of the barn.
You think?
And yes, I don't believe that they're going to pay a guy $40 million to hand the ball off and get out of the way. I just don't.
Now you agree with me though.
Yes.
As far as that's what they should do.
I've been saying this forever. I told you, Chris, he was never elite. Didn't I? I said he was never bought into Dak. I never did.
Yeah, you definitely didn't think he was elite. It seemed like you didn't think much of him, period.
I didn't. I thought he was a middle-of-the-road quarterback. I really did.
I think they can win with him.
Yeah, but as that, not throwing 40 times a game, that's not what. No. Okay, and we've seen that in the bad games, Chris, where he's put up these ridiculous numbers. You remember that? During
and everybody gets fooled.
Right, and you
remember last training camp? Oh, you're going to throw for 6,000 yards?
Exactly. Go back and read the stories. That's what people were saying, Chris. And I never bought into it. I remember when Tony Dungy got roasted on NBC. And because he said it the wrong way, but he wasn't wrong.
Right.
Because Dak got hurt, and then he said, this might be a blessing in disguise. And so people were like, you want somebody to get hurt?
Right.
And that's not what he meant. What he meant, he didn't say it right, Chris, so I understand why he got, when you say that after somebody gets hurt, it sounds insensitive. It does. But he meant when the Cowboys were good, They ran the football first, and that set up the pass. And then if you need a third down, a long pass, Chris, or something like that, that's when you use your quarterback. But that's when Ezekiel Elliott was at his prime and the best back in the league. Right. And they had the good defense. And they had a good front line, right? They were good. Not Dak Prescott trying to be Patrick Mahomes, trying to be Aaron Rodgers, trying to be Tom. He's not those guys.
No.
So I hear you, but I don't believe that they can go backwards.
Now,
Chris,
do you think he would push back? They're paying him too much money just to ask that little of him, if you will, or what? Why not?
I just think I would be stunned if a guy who has put up some numbers, let's not act like he didn't put up any numbers,
right?
Whether they were legit or not, or in the heat of the throes of the game, we could debate. But now he's supposed to be Trent Dilfer or, wait a minute, who else? Or just somebody, we just need you
Johnson.
Yeah, Brad Johnson. Just hand the ball off and get out the way. Don't throw a pick when we need you to throw.
And see, I'm not trying to go that far. You know, I'm not trying to ask him to be Jameis Winston last year. Remember Jameis Winston last year? When they were 5-2 before he got hurt, he was throwing for like 150 yards a game. I'm not asking him to do that. I'm not asking him to be Jimmy G, Rob. I'm saying 30-ish throws a game.
Okay.
And here's the thing with Dak, and Dak needs to understand this. And I think you'll agree with this, Rob. If Dak Prescott throws 30 times a game, say he's averaging 240 yards a game or something, you know, his numbers are pretty good, but not the elite. But they're winning. He is going to get major love, Rob, because he's the quarterback of a successful Dallas Cowboys team. He don't have to put up Aaron Rodgers numbers to get love, to get endorsement. He already has tons of marketing anyway. So imagine if they were winning.
All right, here's to your point, and here's some numbers. So Dak is 38-12 in his career, Chris, with a quarterback rating of 103.7. When he attempts less than 35 passes. You just said in the 30s, okay? Right. So that's a great number, 38 and 12. When it's 35-plus passes, right, 35 or more, Dak is 14-20, and his quarterback rating drops to 93.1. So there's part of what you're talking about.
Right.
I just think I don't know if he's going to be that willing to go back and say, we want you to follow the route of Cooper Rush, who played at, where did he play? At Central Michigan? Yeah, we want you to be him. Can you be him?
Well, you don't put it that way.
I'm just saying.
You think they're going to...
Yeah, let's keep it real, like Cooper Rush?
Well, they were saying before the season started, none of us believed it, and to be honest, we didn't really get a chance to see it, right? Because he got hurt in the first game. But they were saying, remember, Jerry was saying, the offense has to run through Zeke, which we all thought was ludicrous because Zeke ain't Zeke anymore. But Zeke and Tony Pollard, right? Tony Pollard had 100-plus yards, I think 105 yards and 13 carries.
He had, what was that big run he had? He had an awesome run.
Yeah, it was like 46 yards. Yeah. And then Zeke was fine, too. Zeke had 73 on 15 carries. I can live with the duo, the two-headed monster. And I think, Rob, Dak only threw it like 31 times against Tampa. So, I look, maybe that was the plan entering the season. Again, we know that's what they said. Mike McCarthy, Rob, never a big run game type guy in Green Bay, right? But he's been forced to play that way with Cooper Rush. So that's how I think they should do it. Look, Philly probably is still the class of that division, but they can definitely make the playoffs if they play Cowboys, if they play smart.
Yeah.
Because I don't want Dak coming back, because you know what's going to happen, Rob. Let's say they go 3-1 with Cooper Rush, and Dak comes back, and now he's slinging it all over the yard, and they start losing. Now you will have even if it might not be deserved, you will have a quarterback controversy.
Or at least a conversation.
Right, because people be, rumbling.